Hey everybody, Life's Journey of 50 here. So today I have John Salter. How you doing, buddy?
Glad to be here.
He is with us at the Greater Cincinnati BMW Club. But the reason why we're having this conversation is because he did the Tractionator GPS from MOTOZ, right?
Correct.
And John just went on a 11,000 mile trip.
Just under 11.
Just under 11. And we're going to talk a little bit about those tires and how they performed. So plus my camera's focused on John, so it's not on me. It's all about John today. So, John, if you can, just tell us a little bit about your trip and all the places you went, because you covered quite a bit, right? Like how many states did you go to?
I don't know the actual number. From here to New Mexico, to Arizona, Southern California, to Seattle, to Idaho, to
Okay. So we got.
I have a map for you can put up, show the fine folks.
So you guys can understand. So here he is in Cincinnati, and he's going all the way, basically through the Southwest, out to California, all the way up the Pacific coast, and then you worked your way back through
Yellowstone, Black Hills,
all that stuff, and then came back home. So tell us your experience about the tires. Like I know you had a fantastic trip, and that's not really what this is about. We wanted to talk about the tires. So tell us because I run the RALs and I do obviously the dual venture and the adventure or whatever. I've never ran a set of these.
Right.
So I think it's interesting to let people know that how the MOTOZ more of the road tire does. Mm-hmm. So what was your experience?
Well, I bought them because they're a 10,000 mile tire.
Right.
And I said it's going to be a 10,000 mile trip.
Right.
So let me get one set of tires that I can do 99% on road, but I did some off road.
Gotcha.
I did 5 sections of 5 different BDRs.
Wow, which ones?
New Mexico, Arizona, Northern California, Washington, Idaho. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so
that's cool.
Yeah, so I did sections of them. I knew I had pre-mapped a route, and I said, let me see what kind of easy sections of the BDRs that I can catch.
Nice, I like it.
So I bought these. I mounted the rear tire in the aggressive direction.
Yep.
So it hooks up better.
So I'm going to throw that up there. You guys can see kind of the wear pattern here. And he still has some tread on here, folks. So it's not like he could have, would you say we got a little less than 11,000?
Just under 11,000.
Just under 11,000, but you probably, you could have got another maybe 500 to 1,000 miles out of these things, right?
Didn't want to hit a lot of rain coming home.
Yeah,
so it was pretty much
anyway,
done.
So you guys can see that. I'll obviously get that a little bit closer up, but you guys can see that.
Right.
And then, go ahead.
Then the front tire is, the wear is even less. I was shocked at how much tread was left on that front tire.
So you guys can see that in the front tire. He's got pretty good. He's got, that's, oh my God, you probably have a couple more thousand miles on this front one, right?
Yeah, that one there was no concern about getting home in rain or anything like that. The complaints or the issues with these tires, before I bought them, I heard that the front tire doesn't hook up very well because it's not an aggressive knobby.
Right.
You have to be concerned about slipping in sand, which I hit sand.
Right.
Mud, I hit mud. Dumped it in New Mexico in the mud.
Gotcha. And you said you put these in the aggressive mode, right?
Correct.
Right. Okay.
Correct.
Gotcha. Okay.
Never had a concern about the back tire hooking up.
Got it.
Any of the textures that I was driving in.
Wow.
Never once felt like the back tire wasn't there.
Got it.
It was in my head. It was in my head after the first dump in the mud in New Mexico and nobody else around. The front tire is in my head.
Got it. Okay.
So that was and then also there was a lot of gravel in Arizona. That was a freshly graveled state park.
Got it. Okay.
And the front tire was just awful, quite honestly.
Washing all over the place.
Yeah, it was next to paddling it. It was just uncontrollable.
Got it.
But I was running.
Wait a minute. And for you guys to know, you've been doing off road though for how long?
3 years.
He's been doing off road for 3 years. He doesn't get crazy like I do sometimes, right?
I do not.
No, but he over a course of 3 years, he's been doing a lot more off road action. So just take that in consideration, folks, as you try these tires out or get these tires. Just know the skill levels and stuff like that. But so he's been riding off road for 3 years. Doesn't do a lot of the crazy stuff, but does BDR. So
intermediate rider at best.
Yep.
I will tell you, I rode the Africa Twin. I had 105 pounds of gear weight, and I'm 260, so that's a lot of weight on the bike. I ran the back tire at about 30 pounds the entire trip.
Okay.
30,
and what's the recommended? Do you know?
I think it was 38.
38.
I'm not positive. And then the front 32.
Gotcha.
So the wear is affected by the weight.
Oh, yeah.
And also the tire pressure. So other folks might have a slightly different experience than I had running these tires because of my...
Potentially, it's, I mean, and folks, we talked a little bit about this. On your packing, because you had such a long journey for 6 weeks, you carried a lot of stuff.
More than I needed.
More than you needed,
Yeah,
right?
more than I needed.
But you had extra. So if you probably could have shaved maybe 15, 20 pounds possibly off of that.
That'll be my goal for my next trip.
That'll be your goal for the next trip. So, as John stated here, you look at that rear tire, he ran it maybe 5 pounds to 8 pounds underweight, under the, pressure. And then he had, all that weight on there. So it is going to wear that tire out a little bit more, at least in my opinion.
Right.
But, so anyways, stuff for you guys to think about out there on the tire. So go ahead, sorry.
So the back tire I thought was fantastic. The whole way, sandstone, sand, mud. I had no issues with the back tire. The front tire, I said, got in my head. Only felt squirrely in a couple of sections, which I'm not even positive any real aggressive knobby would have helped me before I went down in New Mexico. But the other complaint that folks I've heard about the tire before I bought it was the road noise. And I have no issue with the noise of this tire whatsoever.
Okay.
I mean, the EO7s I'm running right now, no difference for me at all.
Right.
I mean, I thought this was absolutely fine as far as the road noise. In the Black Hills, I was going through Custer Park, and there were some nice sweepers.
Right.
But they had, like, every 10 feet, they had this thick tar strips. And I don't know if it was road conditions or they were actually doing it intentionally to keep people's speed down. But I had never had a tire get in my head about tar strips going across the road. Vertically, yes. Oh. But I was hitting them and I felt like I was losing traction just going over the tar strips. And again, the tire was in my head, so it might have been the rider, not the performance of the tire. So
if anybody has any comments out there, leave them. Like I said, I've never ridden with these tires, so this is a first time of us talking about these. So that's pretty good information. But so overall, though, I mean, 11,000 mile trip. You only dumped it a couple of times. You said
no,
maybe
just once.
Just one time.
Once. A couple squirrely situations.
Yeah, but you're on some BDR stuff,
right?
And the tires performed pretty decent.
Right.
You obviously felt a little squirrely on the tar strips, but outside of that,
right.
you said you were fine with them.
Yeah, but I highly recommend them. If you're going to be riding, like just doing a lot of asphalt, these are fantastic. And then doing some off-road, absolutely fantastic.
On our trip we just did to Colorado BDR, I did the dual venture in the front and the rowels in the rear.
Makes sense.
And so, because I wanted a little bit more stability on the highway, because I normally run the rowels, and folks, if you guys have watched this channel, and we've talked about the rowels, how really over 75 miles an hour, that thing really gets wonky a little bit, and I did not feel that with the dual sport at all. The rowels was fine in the rear, but...
at 95, these tires are fine.
He said 95, folks. Now, if you're out west, some of that stuff opens up there for the 95.
Yeah, when it was 95 posted speed. Yeah.
That's hilarious, but no, that's great, man. It's interesting because there's so many things that we talk about tires, right? And what's good, what's bad, and it's kind of like the unicorn bike. What's the perfect bike, right? Everybody tries a different tire, and it's for different riders.
Well, this is kind of the fun of riding motorcycles.
Oh,
you get to mix and match, you get to explore, you get to find what your niche is.
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Anything else you want to say about these tires?
The price and longevity, you can't beat them.
Yeah. No. So, folks, again, John did almost 11,000 miles on a 6-week trip, went all over the country, did different sections of BDRs, different environments. I mean, hot to cold.
109 at Area 51. Yeah.
109 in Area 51, and then how cold what was the lowest you got?
About, I'd say, like 38 in Stephens Pass in Seattle. In 2.5 hours of rain, then get the pass.
Yeah. So I mean, so you faced everything from scorching heat to cold rain, and the tires performed.
They did.
And those environments didn't really change the tire that much.
It did not.
Yeah.
In the rain, I felt perfectly comfortable on the front tire.
Yeah.
That was never an issue for me.
I love the MOTOZ stuff. I know that they have their quirks just like everything else, but it's good to hear about their other tires versus I always talk about knobbies, off-road, and
Right.
all that other stuff, so that's awesome.
I'd
So,
seen a bunch of reviews on initial tire reviews, but I
Right.
had not seen any long-term reviews or 10,000-mile tire
Right.
reviews, so that's why I offered to sit down with you.
Yeah, no, I greatly appreciate it. And folks, I mean, again, if you've had any experience with these, leave some comments in here and John and I will respond, or I'll get comments from John about the comments on these. But again, great tire, and
Fantastic.
yeah, so I appreciate it. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
That was pretty simple. We'll see you later.
All right, bud.
Thanks, John. I appreciate
Thanks.
it. Thank you. I still can't believe that this front tire,
That's unbelievable.
like, you could get another couple thousand miles out of that thing.
And the only reason I took it off is because I wanted to have that
Right.
EO7 back on it.
Right.
I think it's fantastic. I really do.
I think if you would have probably put another 3 to 5 pounds of pressure in this thing,
Would have lasted longer.
and you would have almost come out, maybe not like this, but you would have had just a little bit more on there.
Yeah.
And plus, think about your weight that you were carrying.
Yeah, 100 pounds plus me, plus my
Oh,
riding gear.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
we're talking 360 extra pounds?
Oh, God, yeah.
No, well, say 360 extra weight. Yeah.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah. Cool.
Fuck, that's awesome. Thank you.
My pleasure.